Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to discuss something that we had a question about before coming to Costa Rica, as well as we get a lot of questions from people in regards to this topic, which is how do you travel around Costa Rica once you get here? But before we get into today's video, we just want to talk to you about today's sponsor, Holafly. An Holafly eSIM is an easy way to have mobile data while you travel. It's super easy to set up. All you have to do is go to the link below, click on that. You're going to save 5% on whatever destination you choose. They've now added unlimited data to some destinations as well, up to 90 days, so you can have a 3-month trip and know that you're going to have data no matter where you are with that unlimited package. So it's amazing that they've now introduced that. It's super simple to use. All you have to do is purchase your eSIM from the website. Again, click the link below to save 5% with our discount code. Pick your destination, add it to the cart, purchase it. You're gonna get an email with a QR code. All you have to do is scan that QR code. It's gonna automatically set it up. It's gonna prompt you to do all the things that you need to do to get it working. You can choose the name of this eSIM if you wanna make it travel. That way you know which one you're switching between. And yeah, once it's set up, you're gonna have mobile data wherever you are. So you can pick like regions like South America, which will cover like Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama if you're coming this way. You can pick Asia, there's the United States, so all sorts of places. There's over 100 destinations that you can choose from to be connected while you travel. Make sure that you have maps. You can Instagram, you can stay in contact with family, or if you're working as well. A lot of people are working online these days, so you'll be able to get emails, things like that on your phone. So yeah, Holafly is one of the best travel hacks that we've found so far this year, and it's just an amazing product. So yeah, we just wanted to say thank you to Holafly for sponsoring this video, and yeah, let's get into the video. All right, so yeah, there's a few different ways you can get around Costa Rica, whether it's with a rental car, a shuttle, a plane, bus, like basically any mode of transportation that you want to take, you can get around Costa Rica. So yeah, it's not always easy to find how to get around in Costa Rica, as well as the companies to hire to do this. So we've got a little list here, go over some stuff. I don't have a bunch of names of companies, but there is like the private shuttle we can set up for you. And a lot of people take advantage of that, especially people that are staying with us here at Casa, which I'm in Casa right now. And yeah, if you want to have a unique stay, a comfortable stay here in Samara, then definitely go to casasamara.com. It's got all the booking info there, and yeah, we'd love to be your host here in Samara. So let's get into it. Probably number one that most people think about when traveling around the country is a car rental. So yeah, there is some big name car rental companies like Enterprise, Alamo, Budget, those kind of companies, but there's also some Costa Rican companies that are actually a little less expensive, and they have really good customer service. Like Vamos, for instance, we know a lot of people that have used that rental company, and they swear by it. They're amazing. They'll actually provide you a phone if you don't have an Holafly eSIM. At least that way you can make some phone calls, but definitely recommend having your own phone and then getting the eSIM so that you can navigate around the country as well. So yeah, car rental is going to be number one. Yeah, there's Dollar Car Rental, Amigo. When you fly into Liberia, there's actually a bunch of car rental companies there, and they will send a shuttle or someone to pick you up to come and collect your car before you head out on your trip here in Costa Rica. So same as in San Jose, there's a lot by the airport. The second popular, or like the one that we like to do, is the private shuttle. That way you're not having to worry about navigating a country. You don't have to worry about insurance, things like that, driving. Some people are a little more timid when it comes to driving in countries like Costa Rica because the way the drivers are here. So private shuttle is that'd be our number one pick. The thing about that is, yeah, you can't really control where you're going once you get to a destination, but I'm going to go over that in the next thing in this video. But yeah, private shuttle, the guys that we use, we can set you up with private shuttles here. They're fully insured, they have newer vehicles, they're great. Again, great company, great communication. We set it up and they just meet you either at the airport, or if you're traveling through the country and you want to go, say, from Tamarindo to here in Samara, we can set it up so that they pick you up at your hotel and they bring you here. So yeah, private shuttle, again, that's like our number one choice as far as traveling around countries. When I was in Thailand too, the shuttles were amazing. Just, you don't have to worry about the driving part of it. Sometimes you just don't feel like driving, and this way somebody's doing it for you. So so yeah, like I said, once you get into a beach town or somewhere, mostly the beach towns, I guess maybe if you're going to like La Fortuna, you could do this as well. But the third thing is ATVs, scooters, golf carts, just those smaller vehicles to get around when you're in your destination. So yeah, we own our own ATV, but before that we'd always rent ATVs. It's just a fun way to get around, and the kids love it. So you can get them with like a back box so that there's actually, you know, the back for kids on sitting behind you. You don't have to worry about them hanging on. Scooters are fun too. If it's just you or you and your significant other, or you and a kid, or yeah, I guess your child, you could do a scooter as well. Not quite as safe, of course, because it's two-wheel, but if you have experience riding motorcycles, then that's a good way to go around. And the golf carts are actually very popular, especially in Samara, Coco, Tamarindo, just because they actually have a roof on them. So in the rainy season, at least that way you have some cover if you have to run into town to get groceries, or you're going to a restaurant or something like that in the evening and it's pouring rain, you've got cover there, so you're not getting soaking wet. So those are the options once you're in the little towns of Costa Rica. So the other thing too is you can use a taxi. So in a lot of these towns, they do have the Costa Rican red taxi. It's got the yellow triangle. You're seeing it on the video right now. So these are the ones that are actually registered taxis. They're properly insured. They've got all the paper that they need to become a taxi. So that's going to be your best option in the smaller towns. There is other taxis, just guys that are driving their own personal vehicles, and we've taken a few of those, but now we try to kind of stay away from them a little bit. We know the guys in town are really good. They all have insurance and stuff like that, but some of the ones that we had taken before are a little dicey, and the car was a little run down. So yeah, at least stick with it's a maroon colored vehicle. It can be a Toyota, it could be a pickup truck, it could be a Toyota car, a Hyundai car, like SUVs. So there's all different ones, but they're all this like the same-ish color, this maroon color, and they all have that yellow triangle on it. So that's another easy way to get around in Costa Rica. Also with the taxis, not only will they drive you around the town that you're in, but you can actually use them to go from 2 different destinations as well. The price is very similar, if not the same, or sometimes more expensive than the private shuttle. So we still recommend the private shuttle because it's usually a bigger transport van, so you have more room, it's a little more comfortable. So there are shared shuttles in Costa Rica as well. The company's called Interbus, and they do have a website, interbusonline.com. So if you're a solo traveler and you're just looking to get around Costa Rica and you don't want to do like the local bus, then this is going to be the best option for you. It's what do I have here? So for example, Liberia Airport to Tamarindo is $60 for a shared shuttle, and La Fortuna to Santa Teresa is $70. That's a further distance. Thing is, with the shared shuttle, you're going to be on their time. They only get to certain destinations at certain times. You can't, like a private shuttle, you can be like, pick me up at 7:30 at this hotel and they'll be there. Where with a shared shuttle, you're going to be waiting for that shuttle to show up. So like at the airport, I'm not sure how many times they go to the airport, but on their website they would say. So yeah, that's a good option as a solo traveler, and it's not that expensive really. I mean, for like I said, one person. If you're a family of 4, then you're paying $60 each to go on this shared shuttle with other people that you don't know. It's actually cheaper to do a private shuttle at that point. As a family of 3 or 4, then you can get a private shuttle. It's just your family there, and yeah, they'll cater the trip to you as far as getting to your destination. Sometimes they'll stop and show you unique fruit and things like that. So it's kind of like a bit of a tour sometimes. So yeah, shared shuttle is an option. All right, the bus. A lot of backpackers, if you're watching this is going to be your option to get around the country. It's the least expensive option. For example, Samara to San Jose or vice versa is 5,000 colones. Conversions coming up right here to show you what it is in Canadian and US dollars. And yeah, so least expensive option. The only thing is not air conditioned, and most of the time they're not air conditioned. And they take longer. They're making stops along the way. So for example, it's about 6 hours to San Jose on a bus, and to drive it's about 4. So it's a couple hours more, 4.5, depending on where you're going. And there are a couple different companies that run the buses here. There's also like the city bus, which you could like hop off each city and then wait and get the next one. So that would take even longer to get to your destination, where the two main ones are gonna just kind of, they'll have a few stops along the way. Uber. So a lot of controversy around Uber, and we love Uber. Like, we just love the fact of being able to go onto an app and get a ride, know how much it's going to cost. You're not going to get well, in most cases you won't have someone try to say it's going to be this much when it should only be a certain amount, right? So people that have been to Thailand know that. They tell the taxi meter, otherwise they'll just like rip you off on the price. That's a nice thing about Uber is the price comes up. If you have never used Uber, it's just an app. It's super easy to use. Thing with Costa Rica is it's only in the San Jose area. Once you get into the outside of that, in the beach towns, La Fortuna, places like that, you're not going to be able to find Uber. Also a note too, the Uber app cannot be operated at the San Jose airport off of the Wi-Fi. So another example where an Holafly eSIM would come in handy. That way you could actually pull up the Uber app on your mobile data and not have to worry about not being able to get an Uber. They are not allowed to actually pick up at the airport. They're having a feud with the taxi drivers just like every other country. But Uber is just a trusted source for a ride. So that's what we use when we go to San Jose. Yeah, if you are coming into San Jose and you do want to get an Uber, they can pick you up. They'll pick you up across the road, just outside of the airport property, just because they can't come on the property. Or the Danny's across the highway, so you'd have to go there, bring your baggage. So it's not as convenient, but at least it's an option as well. So the last way to get around the country, which is going to be it's not too bad. I thought it was gonna be more expensive. So you could do a domestic flight with a company, I think it's called, Sansa Air is the company. I did look up to see what the pricing is. Some of the stuff wasn't coming up for December, like in the high season yet. I did find one though, a one-way ticket from San Jose to Nosara, which is, there's an airport in Nosara, which is near Guiones. So it was $128 one way, or if you want, it is $242 return. So if you want to go fly from San Jose to Nosara, spend your vacation there if you're just going in that area, then fly back. So $242 really isn't that bad, and it's pretty quick. I think it's like a 40-minute flight, if that. Also, like Tambor has an airport down there, which you see in the planes going over the boat when we were going to Isla Tortuga. Those were actually landing in Tambor. So that one, in this time of year, we're in August right now, so it's a mini high season. It was $205 return San Jose to Tambor and then back to San Jose, or $240 in the high season, which is like December, January, when a lot of tourists are coming. So yeah, typically half the price for one way, which makes sense. So yeah, that's an option as well. A lot of people do take advantage of flying to save the time. Again, 4.5 hours shuttle from San Jose versus a 40-minute flight. You save a lot of time on your vacation by doing the flight. So yeah, that's it. That's the ways that you can get around Costa Rica. And obviously, if you're moving down here, you can buy a vehicle and drive around yourself. That's an option. Even as a tourist, you haven't got your residency yet, you can purchase a vehicle. So if you're just traveling here, these are the options. If you're moving down, definitely buy a vehicle or some sort of mode of transportation. You're gonna need it. It's just makes life a lot easier living in these beach towns. But yeah, again, thanks to Holafly for sponsoring this video. Again, it's a lot less expensive to go get an Holafly eSIM than to spend $15 to $20 on your current provider's plan when you're traveling abroad. Save some money, click the link below, and be connected while you're traveling. Yeah, that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon to get notified when we come up with new videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao.